Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day, another week, another episode of 30 NSG. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Sony. It says here, Sony reports 7% drop in annual profits as PlayStation 5 sales miss trimmed target. We're also going to talk about Doom, heavily rumored for Xbox June showcase amidst Bethesda trademark and also other hints. And then we're also going to watch a bunch of videos of OpenAI. But before that, we have an article talking about after Microsoft invested $10 billion in OpenAI, snubs Windows 11 as it releases ChatGPT app first on Mac. We talk about news stories every single day, Monday through Thursday, from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like what we do here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We cover the stories live on air. I haven't read the stories, just read the titles. You guys submit the stories in our Discord. I look at the stories that I want to talk about, just look at the title, and then I read the article directly on stream and then give you my opinions on it. No outside sources, I'm not looking at other people's videos. I'm not looking at other YouTube channels. I'm not looking at Twitter to find other people's opinions first before I read these stories. I literally read these stories for the first time, give you my opinion on stream, and that's what we do here. What's going on, LED? What's going on, Eclipse? Sorcerer, RPG, Lurker, good morning. Dave Langer, good morning, Sarge. How's everyone doing? We're going to have fun with this OpenAI stuff. As I was scrolling through Twitter today, I saw a bunch of it, and I was like, oh, and then WaterBear submitted a story or submitted a video with Asmongold, and I was like, I'm not going to watch it. We'll just watch it ourselves and then react to those OpenAI stuff. You guys know me. I've been talking about AI and how we're in trouble, and everyone's like, yeah, you could tell. You could tell it's AI. And I'm like, okay, it's the worst it's going to be. Every time someone brings up something, this is the worst it'll ever be. Okay, this is the worst it'll ever be. So it'll be very interesting to see what we're going to see with the OpenAI, what they've done to it now. What, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months later, for what we saw last time. So let's start off. With the first story, which Sony reports 7% drop in annual profits as PlayStation 5 sales miss trimmed target. Okay. Again, if you guys like what I do here, I do this Monday through Thursday. We just read news stories, have conversations. I do little breakout videos. So if you watch this live, you can be a part of the chat as we go back and forth talking about certain things. And then if you watch it after the fact, you can watch it, hit that like button and whatnot. What's going on, Dolphin? What's going on, Kylo? All right, so Sony reports 7% drop in annual profits as PlayStation 5 sales missed a trimmed target. Okay. Sony on Tuesday reported a 7% drop in annual profits in the fiscal year 2023, dragged down by decline of financial service division. The company also narrowly missed the forecast for its unit sales of its flagship PlayStation 5 gaming console for the full year. Here's how the Sony did in March quarter version of LSEG, a consensus estimate. It says revenue 3.5 trillion yen, which is 22.4 billion, versus a 2.89 trillion yen expected. And it represents a 14% increase year over year, but the first drop since Sony's 2020 September quarter, according to the LSEG. Okay, operating profit is 229.4 billion yen versus 236.81 billion yen expected. That marks a 50% jump year over year. And the Japanese gaming giant reported a 2023 revenue of 13 trillion and an increase of 19% year over year. Sony's operating profit for the full year, though, came in a 1.2 trillion yen, down 7% year over year. And Sony narrowly missed the revised down target for PlayStation 5 sales. The firm said that the sales of its flagship console totaled 20.8 million in the fiscal year of 2023. Now, that's slightly lower, it says here, than its revised 21 million unit target that Sony gave investors in February. Now, they had a forecast of 25 million, and they lowered it to 21, and they just missed that by 200,000, it looks like. The company had forecast the PlayStation 5 console would also sell 25 million units for the full year. Now, Sony expected even weaker sales of 18 million units of its PlayStation 5 in the year ending in March 2025. And a company executive said, according to Reuters, it comes after Sony on Monday announced the management shakeup in its Sony Interactive Entertainment gaming unit, with the division's intern CEO Hiroki Totoki became the chairman of the business. A long-time Sony executive, Hideki Nanoshi, I'm going to butcher this, and Herman Holtz were appointed the CEO of the Platform Business Group and also Studio Business Group, respectively. two newly created divisions in the CIE. Now, the financial unit weights on profit. Sony said financial services business was primary segment drive down profit. In 2023, the operating income fiscal services unit came in at 173.6 billion yen, marking a 22.5% year-over-year drop after the farm increase of 2022. The company also suffered from a decline in the image and sensing solution business, which also houses the image chips. And Sony INSS business recorded operating income of 193.5 billion yen, down 9% from 2022. Sony said its forecast a drop is overall group revenue for the current fiscal year, and the company's expected sales will reach 12.3 trillion yen for the year ending in March of 2025, down 5%. Fiscal year 2024 operating income is expected a total of 1.28 trillion yen and up 5%, Sony said in consolidation results. So, look, this is not a huge thing. They did miss their sales, and, projections are projections, and that's just what they are. Like, I have, goals to hit certain things, right? So, like, if I had a goal of hitting 5,000 subscribers this year, but we only hit 4,400 or something like that, it's a failure, but not really a failure. We're still growing, right? We're still making more people come and watch the streams and whatnot. So a 7% drop in annual profit is not a huge thing, but it is for them, right? It is for any company when they have a down, because the company always needs to go up. The sales for PlayStation, I mean, what I find funny, though, is that they might have had a loss in selling game consoles, new game consoles of PlayStation 5s for them, but they do have the PlayStation 5 Pro supposedly coming out later this year, and then also people bought, this past year, they also bought the PlayStation Portal. So, yes, maybe they didn't sell a new PlayStation 5, but someone that owned a PlayStation 5 bought a Portal. Okay, so they did make money on top of that from the same people that already gave them money for a console that they bought. But the PlayStation 5 sales specifically are down, from what they projected, which was 25. Then they reshifted it down to 21, and it went just below at 20.8, which I don't think is a big deal. Obviously, they're still the leaders of the market for sales. If you compare them to Xbox, if you compare them to Nintendo, they're way below. But because Nintendo, same generation cycle here. The Switch is the same generation cycle, even though they came out earlier than the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X. That's their same generation, and they're blowing everyone else out of the water. Now, if we check back later down the road, let's see, we're 4 years into PlayStation 5 right now, so another 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, we'll see where they are compared to what the Switch is at this time, and see if they, better or worse, or if this number is going to surpass the PlayStation 4, because a lot of people like to compare that this is selling faster at this point in its life cycle than the PlayStation 4, and we'll see. The PlayStation 4, I think, just surpassed 160 million, or it's close, 158, something like that. So we'll see what happens with them going in the future. So not really terrible news for Sony in any way, shape, or form. They missed their target, but they're still profitable. But they're also shifting, right? They're shifting and trying to get where they're putting more games in more places. We're going to see, even though it's not out there yet, but I think we're going to see day and date. We've been saying that for quite some time. And then also, a lot of their games are going to be coming, more live service games are coming out for them where they have Marathon and whatnot. So, So Sony down, but I don't think it's a bad thing. As El Nini said in the very beginning, 7% is not the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world, but I bet you people lose their jobs a little bit, huh? What do you think? You think anyone's going to lose their job? And is that Phil Spencer's problem? I don't know. Right? Let's see what you guys are saying. We're getting more Rings of Power. Yay! Big fan, I see. Eclipse. Big fan of Rings of Power, huh? David Langer says Herman Holtz is a great choice for gaming side. Yeah, I think it's interesting that the two hires that they're doing, they're splitting it. And I think that's pretty smart of Sony doing that. The article kept bouncing between Sony and PlayStation. Was it Sony that missed worse, or PlayStation not so bad? No, I think Sony is down, but also PlayStation is also just missed their mark. But I like how they always do that, right? Like, people are hyped up that, if... Let's be fair here, Lurker, right? You know me. I'm right down the line. But I always love when people, right, come in, and if Xbox or Microsoft had a 5%, people would be trashing it, going, oh, that's it, it's over for them. But then it's 7%, And El Nini, the very first thing in the morning stream says, it's not the end of the world, right? And that's the difference that you see. That's the difference you see, right? 7% for one company is the end of the world. 7% for another company is, it's not that bad, right? Which is this. Which is moving the goalpost a little bit, right? Company doesn't make money, bad. That's round the clock, right? Just bad. So, corporate Sony makes a lot of stuff. If they're down, it's more concerning. Yeah. But you got to put your jersey on, Lurker. You got to be a PlayStation 5 jersey, or you have to be your Xbox hater, right? That's what it is. I can't just read the news. I have to choose a side. You have to choose a side. What side are you on, Lurker? Switch released in 2017, so in my opinion, not part of the PlayStation 5 series generation, but it is, Krebsy. It is. The Switch is not part of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. The Switch is the newest console for them. For me, Nintendo, it's its own generation because they're crazy Nintendo. I mean, you can say what you want. It's still the same generation for them. Robert Jones says, only the Siths deal in absolutes. I choose a side of my side. Go on. What's going on, Mo? Today is Phil's fault. Tomorrow, Herman Holtz's fault. Sega Dreamcast sales are down this quarter. Well, Ron, you know, all they have to do is just add some bugs to shoot at, and Sega Dreamcast would be out of the hole they're in. Yeah, the Wii U was that generation for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And then Nintendo said, "This shit ain't working. We just need to destroy it and make a new system." Mo says, "So what happened now?" Oh, nothing. We just read the CSNBC report of Sony, corporation of Sony, is down a little bit, and PlayStation's down 7%. Well, Sony reports 7% drop in annual profits as PlayStation 5 missed its targeted, right? Their target was 25 million units. Then they lowered it back to 21, and they just missed it with 20.8. Still successful. They still got... Think about this. In 1 year, they sold almost all of what Microsoft has sold in their consoles. So there you go, right? Because I think how many Xboxes have been sold? How many Xboxes have been sold? Xbox Series S's? Let's see. Xbox Series S and X sold. Yeah, total. Okay. So PlayStation 5 has sold 52.65 million units in 38 months, while the Xbox Series X has sold 27.23. So in 1 year's time, they sold 20.8, which is almost the amount total, right, of what Xbox has sold total. I miss my Dreamcast? I mean, I still have mine. Nintendo's new system will be backwards compatible, right? That would be the smartest thing to do. And if they don't make them backwards compatible, that would be devastating for a lot of people. Because then they got to rebuy all the games again, and I don't know if they want that. I think what they should do. Here's the big question I have for Nintendo, Dave. Right? Are they going to change the cards, right? The games they have for the Switch into a different format? Or are they going to have the old games that you can put into your Switch and a new model for the new games? Right? Mo says, oh, so they're dying too. Of course. The sky is falling, Mo. The sky is falling. What's a Dreamcast? Must be old enough to get a mortgage. Yeah. Well,
Back in my day, there was this thing called the Dreamcast. And it was the greatest system ever created back in 2000.
wasn't it like 1999? When did Sega Dreamcast come out? Yeah, September 9th, 1999. Cartridge-based gaming in 2024 is wild to me. I mean, at least you can still own your games on Nintendo. $99.99. Facts, Mike. Greatest console created. I look. I'm not coping here. I loved the Sega Dreamcast. Was a fantastic system. Fantastic system. Dax82 says, looks like Sony made the move, so it's Hiroki can have 2 people to hold accountable. He knows what's going on now. Yeah, I think it's a smart move that they put 2 people in charge. Eclipse says, yeah, I'll get these Switch too. It's backwards compatible. I have a lot of digital games that I would like to see at 60 frames per second. I mean, even the Sega Dream. I'll tell you what though, the Sega Dreamcast controller, one of the ugliest fucking controllers I've ever seen in my entire life. That's fact. Right? One of the ugliest controllers. It was so bulky, and you had that giant like thing that you can shove into the center. Why do people think Switch 2 will be current gen when it's cartridge based? I'm confused. So you think because it's cartridge based, it's not current gen? You're saying it has to have some sort of new proprietary thing? Is that what you're saying? It had great games, so I ignored it. I mean, assume that's pretty good, right? Because the console was so good, right? I mean, look at all the good things it had about it, right? 4 ports for 4-player games, right? It had games that you could play co-op on the same screen, couch co-op, right? It had so many things going for it. Simplistic, right? Simplistic. Look, it was compatible with Windows. It was such a good system. It was such ahead of its time. The games they created for Sega Dreamcast was better. The best football game ever created was on the Sega Dreamcast. They already announced Switch 2 will only be as powerful as the PlayStation 4, but less powerful than the Xbox Series S. I think that's what I projected, thought of when I said if it's as good as, I said I don't think it'll be as powerful as the PlayStation 5. I said it'll probably catch up finally to the PlayStation 4 is what I said about a year and a half ago, I would think. I would have to go back and check my Generation X gaming predictions that I've done. Crowded House says you can't fit big games on cartridges. They can't even fit some of these games on Blu-ray. This is why the game isn't on disc in some cases. Sure, but how big of games do you want? I don't know about you, but I like to play more than 5 Call of Duty games on my console of choice. You download Call of Duty, it's like 200 gigs. I'm good. There's a new leak putting it up to the Series S. So let me get this straight. Dolphin, right? So people hate the S. They're like, the S is holding stuff back. Nintendo possibly bringing their console up to the S, and they're like, it's going to be the greatest console ever created. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. What's going on, Mr. Luke? Dave Langer says it's crazy that NFL 2K5 is still better than the current Madden. Yes. Yes, we watched something about, I guess about a year ago. Someone made a video of how 2K was a better football game and how it killed itself because it tried to compete with Madden by lowering the price point. But it's a superior game to Madden in every way, shape, or form. What's going on, Roadkill? The difference is they can get away with it. But why? Why can they get away with it, but the other guys can't? Right? Why are the people that have been in the industry for so many years, and I'm asking a question, right? I'm not trying to throw shade in anything. I'm asking a question. Why is the company that's been in the industry since the beginning of time of video games, right? The company of Nintendo that got the video game industry out of the market. If it wasn't for Nintendo, none of these other companies would actually be alive today, right? Nintendo brought it back from the brink of death. Okay. They get a pass, right? They get a pass. They can have a much inferior product, and everyone's like, love it. Now, the other guys come out who've been in the industry for half the time, Microsoft, and they get scrutinized. Like, people pull out the magnifying glass with like 10 times, zoom lens, and they're like, these guys are just not going to make it, right? And people complain about the Series S, but yet Nintendo, they're like, it's fine, it's Nintendo, right? This is why I call them Crazy Uncle Nintendo. And I said they could do whatever they want, and everyone's like, oh, they're okay with it. Different strokes for different folks. Nintendo crowd don't care for graphics. Okay. So then why is someone so offended by when people on Xbox want to get the S? I'm confused, Water. I'm just confused. I think Nintendo is marked more towards children, which doesn't excuse it, but that's the only way I could see it worse than the current gen. Look, I've said this, and I know you're new to my channel, which I appreciate you coming by and hanging out, right? I've said from the beginning of my channel, I said Nintendo is for everyone from birth to death. That's the way I describe it. I said Nintendo, they hand you one when you're born. They're like, hey, here's a baby, here's a Nintendo. And they give you a Nintendo, and then when you die, they're like, oh, we need your Nintendo back, okay? Or you can sign it off in your will, and you can hand it off to your next person, okay? Nintendo is for everyone. That's why Nintendo is, right? Doesn't matter how young or old you are, people love Nintendo, okay? There's always something you like about it. Even if you don't like the games because they're not, like, super in-depth, or they're not like Dark Souls types of games or hard games. When you have a kid and the kid's like, hey, Dad, Mom, you want to play this game with me? You're like, sure. It's easy to pick up. It's easy to play. It's very simplistic, right? Very fun to play, right? They have the great characters, great first-party titles, great storytelling, right? They don't think too much into it. They just put the games out and they sell a crap ton. Mario Kart 8 has sold 68 million copies or some crap like that. Over 60 million copies, okay? So Nintendo's literally for everybody. PlayStation, I would say, is more for young. You're about to become a teenager. Not to say there's not kids that play that are younger, but PlayStation's that higher end console, right? It's like your adult adolescent life as you move into teenagehood, right? That's what they give you. Like, hey, here's a PlayStation. Congratulations, your balls dropped. Here's a console for you, okay? Because they don't have that many. They don't have that many kiddie games. There are kid games on these things, but PlayStation's more for the adult, young adult, teenage, whatever, and that's what it goes into. Microsoft doesn't know what they are, right? They're in between. They're like, we're going for this crowd, but we're also going for this crowd, right? They don't really have a criteria of what they're trying to go for. Mr. Luke says it's because Nintendo doesn't promise better everything and not deliver. That's very true, Luke. Very true. Water says 30. Because we all know the S stands for potato. Average Nintendo, she is 25 to 27. The average Nintendo, she or age? Yeah, but think about the average. If the average is 25, there's people paying it like 60 and like 3. Roadkill says, yeah, that was us growing up. But nowadays, it's like 3-year-old and an iPhone. Right. That's a completely different market now, Roadkill. So an Xbox is for a divorced dad that are paying for 3 children. So yeah, that's the clientele they're going for. Guy who has no money. He's like, all right, I just want to play games. What? I don't have to own a console? I'll get it. Age? Okay, well, it says she. I don't know what to tell you. Xbox has no identity anymore, unlike Nintendo and PlayStation. I don't think Xbox has ever had an identity, right? I don't think they've ever had an identity. I think they wanted to be the identity of a set-top box back in the day when they try to be the television set on top, you know? Crowded House says, I want a handheld that can run Dark Souls at 60 frames 1080p. Plus, that doesn't cost $600. Well, give it a decade. Here's some numbers for PlayStation, right? So PlayStation 5 units sold. Okay, so it says Sony PlayStation fiscal 2023 quarter 4 fiscal results, which is the beginning of this year. 2024 is the end of 2023 fiscal year, right? So PlayStation 5 units sold, 4.5 million units in the front part. Lifetime PlayStation 5 units is 59.3 million. So they're almost at 60 million, which is very good, right? Full game software units is 72.6 million, which I just want to say that's just one game in Nintendo, right? Full game software units, 72.6 million units. That's literally just Mario Kart. Mario Kart alone almost beats that. First party software units is 12.3 million. Digital download ratio is 77%, and monthly active users is 118 million. What does that mean, though? 118 million units, or 118 million, right? Monthly active users. Is that people that are on PlayStation Network accounts? Is that how that works? I'm asking. Had an identity during 360. To this day, everyone says you wouldn't survive Xbox live chat. I mean, it's Steam Deck can do that. It's like $400. Oh, did you guys hear what Asus is doing? Asus is like scamming people. Did you see that? They're telling you that your machine is, as things broke, that's not broke, and then they charge you. And if you don't pay them, they're not. They'll throw it. They'll send it back to you, like not together. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't know much of the story. I just heard stuff watching a video. I was like, what? That's crazy. So I won't go too far into that, but look it up. Look it up. I thought it was pretty crazy. Dave Langer says, Sony described monthly active users as an estimated total number of unique accounts that played games or used services on PlayStation Trademark Network during the last month of the quarter. So I would assume that's PlayStation Network account, right? They would have to sign up. Dave, is that what it means? They have to have a PlayStation Network account to be a unique user? The cheap one's $400. There's also a $500 to $600 one. Yeah, PlayStation Network is how I understand it's from that quote. Interesting. So now if you go back to the Helldivers thing and also the Ghost of Tsushima thing, so they're just trying to get people to sign up just so they can be like, we have 200 million unique accounts. Which is no different than anybody else trying to get your info, right? And the only reason they want to use that number, 118 million, and this is not a Sony thing that I'm shitting on, by the way. This is just the industry way, right? This is when they tell you that 40 million, 100 million, 150 million unique accounts. That's to hype you up, right? That's to, because a signal goes off in your head when you're like, wow, there's 118 million people playing. It must be good. Must be good, right? This is exactly what they do for TV shows and movies. When a movie comes out and they tell you it's the number one at the box office, it's made $30 million this weekend. You're like, wow, 30 million. That's good, right? Is that good? I don't know. Is that good? Right? When they tell you that 40 million people are playing or they have 100 million hours watched or playtime, that's a big number that they're trying to use as a promotion material to get you excited about coming in. Because if it's got that number and it's a big number, you're like, well, it must be a good game or it must be a good movie or it must have sold a lot if they have that many units. People of unique people playing. That's why they use it. I can't buy a handheld that doesn't come with a replaceable stick now. Can you change the battery in those Steam Decks and stuff? I don't know. I don't have one. I'm asking a question. Can you change the batteries and stuff in that? Or is it eternal and that's it? And if you open it up, it voids all things. It looks good in the headlines. Xbox does that with Game Pass numbers. Oh yeah, they all do them, Rose. I'm not saying anything. Yeah. Again, I don't wear jerseys here, right? I talk about the industry across the board. Altern says Helldivers 2 sold 12 million units. That means some of them will be new users. Now, how many of them are no longer able to play due to the restriction of the countries in Steam? Well, that's true, right? We all know that number. They'll tell you they sold 12 million units, but we don't know what the percentage of that 12 million units is from the 177, 180 countries that can't play the game now. What's going on, Prosy? Maybe Nintendo thinks about the quality of games on cell phones and feels like it just needs to provide quality that is similar to or better. Dave Langer says this is what Microsoft does with their MAU. They use the people login into Minecraft since you need a Microsoft account to play. Right. All companies do this. And they're just looking for a really big number so they can put it in a headline. So then you that are not aware of all this stuff go, wow, that's a lot of people. It must be good. Even though they force you to sign in, no matter what game it is. It doesn't matter if it's Ubisoft, Sony, Microsoft. As long as you sign in, they're like, yeah, Ubisoft, we got 80 million people play on Ubisoft Plus. The way Xbox succeeds and becomes great again, as if they make a hybrid console like the Switch and can run everything, including PC games. I don't think so. I do believe, Roadkill, that you're not wrong in saying that I can see them, and I said this a couple weeks ago, I don't believe they make a handheld, just a handheld device. If they make it like the Switch, where you plug it into a dock and you can play it on the go and also on the TV, I can see them maybe doing something like that. But on top of that, just alone with the handheld device or non-handheld device, the way Microsoft works is they have to, if they want Game Pass to work, in my opinion, they have to get it into as many things as possible, which they've said they're doing, is to get to most screens everywhere, right? All screens everywhere. And if they can get that to all screens everywhere, it doesn't matter if you're playing on PC, mobile device, whatever, right? See, people look at, I'm not playing on a mobile device. Well, good. They don't want you to play on a mobile device. If you want to play on a console, then you play on a console. If you want to play on PC, you play on a PC. But other people that don't care, they're going to play on mobile phones. They're going to play on laptops and tablets and television sets, like with no console. They're just going to stream it. They're going to play it in the cloud. And that is the mentality of Microsoft. Broad stroke, put it out there, and whoever, little bits and pieces here and there, that's how they succeed with this business model for Game Pass. Oh, one second. I'm looking up something. Let's see. 3 years ago, apparently Mojang accounts, this is from 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Apparently Mojang accounts are being migrated into Microsoft accounts, possibly requiring you to have one in order to play Minecraft Java Edition. Okay? So they did merge them. And if they did merge them, Mo, and if you have to have a Mojang account migrated with your Microsoft account, then it would count as a Microsoft account. That way, Microsoft 100% could say, like, we have 380 million, unique accounts. That would be 100% why they migrated that. Rokill says, that's crazy, though. 12 million units for that game. I mean, I got 68 hours into it. I got almost around the same time. I got 60, I think it's about 65, I think I have. If I've never played again, Roadkill, I'm okay with it. I got my money's worth out of it. But I also do the dollar an hour type of thing. So if I paid $30, $35, if I get 35 hours out of it, I'm good. Because video games still, to this day, dollar for dollar, bang for your buck is the best piece of entertainment. Even at $1 an hour. That's not what he's saying, though. That's not what he's saying, Mo. He said that Minecraft does that. They've migrated that, and they use that number as well. It's not just Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the pieces that they add to it. Correct, but that's not the argument, Mo. The argument is that they use the unique, right? When they say unique users, is people that sign in using Microsoft account, PlayStation Network account. It doesn't matter. They take those, whoever signed in, they use that number to say, hey, we have 100 million people. We have 200 million people. That's what that number's for. That's why they do what they do. That was the conversation. But you actually don't know if those people are playing for 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 10 hours, 100 hours. I mean, they also sold 350 million units. Sure, but I'm also counted in there as I paid $4 and... Yeah, $4. It's like $4.25 when I paid for Minecraft back in the day. And then there's people that paid $8, and there's people that paid $14, and there's people that paid $30, and then there's people... Right? So, that 350 million units sold, that's not at full price, just to tell you. Well, how often it counts as active? I would think it would just have to be you sign in. Hello Green says, a little off topic, but I bought Hades 1 on Steam since it was only $8. And man, it's a great game. Kind of mad I slept on it for so long. Very addicting and challenging. Hope 2 is just as good. Yeah, no, Hades is supposed to be a great game, but why are you mad that you slept on it? You actually saved yourself some money. So you slept on it for so long, the sequel came out. So Minecraft is on PlayStation, so you need a Microsoft account to play. Didn't know that. I don't know if that's true, Sorcerer, because I don't play Minecraft on console. So I'm assuming you do. I don't know if it's optional, if you have to. Quintar with the 10 gifted memberships. Thanks for becoming a member. Quintar, thank you very much for that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for the continued support. What's going on, D-Money? Thanks for becoming a member. D-Money says starting Starfall this weekend. Enjoy. You like Bethesda games, though, right, D-Money? You're a fan of Bethesda games? becoming a member. It was optional originally. No idea if it changed. Yeah, I have no idea. I can't speak on it if it's optional or not. So I'm not going to pretend to know. Thanks for becoming a member. Dave Langer says, yes, you need it for Sea of Thieves too. Lorker says, I have a PlayStation 4 version of Minecraft on PlayStation. Never had to make a Microsoft account, but I'm guessing it was grandfathered in. Well, there you go. So becoming a member. Maybe you still don't need it. Maybe they changed the update. I have no idea. Not a fan of Bethesda, other than Skyrim. Looking forward to the update, though. Nice. Oh, that comes out this week, right? The 15th. Tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Or is it the 16th? Argus says, my Microsoft account is very different from Xbox account. And it's not the same as having to sign up for a PlayStation account. PSN account is being worse of all the choices. Paul says, wait for the patch. If you're on console, it's already out. Oh, is it? Oh, you're asking. Wait for the patch. You're on console, or is it already out? I don't think it's already out. You plan on playing Diablo 4. I played Diablo 4. I played 168 hours of Diablo last summer. I enjoyed my time with the single-player game, and I didn't want to go back. I even said back then, I said that it'll take them a year to fix it. It'll be ready by Season 4. Season 4 comes out. I don't know if I'm going to jump back in right away. I'm going to wait to see if other people are playing it, they're enjoying it. And if they are, then maybe we'll jump back in. But I have no plans of jumping back in at this moment. I think it's only required for Realm stuff. Doesn't the update come out tomorrow for Starfield? I think so, Dolphin. I think so. Only if you play online. If you play offline, you're fine. There you go. I just feel bad for those who can't play Helldivers 2 and Ghost now on Steam. Doesn't make sense. Well, because of that, I'm not picking up. In solidarity of people that can't play it because it's a single player game, and now they can't play the single player game because it has an online aspect to it, and because if those people are never going to play it, like I would never play online, I would just play it the single player. Those people can't play it now, so I waited this long. I can wait a little longer. Dolphin says, no, you only need a Sea of Thieves if you want to progress from Xbox. There you go. With all this Sony drama, might wait to get the Ghost on PC. I'm not doing it. There are 2 PlayStation 4 versions. You definitely don't need to do it on one of them. Quintar says 16th for the Ghost on PC. Can't wait. Hellspawn says, I'm hyped for D4 Season 4. Can't wait. Actually, you can also skip it with Sea of Thieves. Yeah, and I think that's always should be a thing. If you can optionally sign in, cool. If you force me to sign in and then tell me if I don't sign in, you're taking my game away from me, you don't get a thumbs up, you get the middle finger. I'm redownloading Diablo 4 now to test out the new season once it drops. Kylo Green says, I'll probably go back in when this actually expansion comes out, not just the new season. Water says, if trash, delete. All right, the next story I want to talk about. Is Doom, okay? Xbox Showcase coming out in June. A lot of people are talking about what games could be possibly coming out. I loved the original Doom, okay? I have never played the new Doom games, okay? Just didn't interest me, okay? If you like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We just cover news stories. I read them live on air for the first time, give you my thoughts and opinions. We have conversations with chat afterwards. You can watch this after the fact and have a breakout video talking about these topics. And if I don't make a breakout video, you can come back and watch the full video. All right. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, you become a member as little as $5. All right. So Doom heavily rumored for Xbox June showcase amidst Bethesda trademark and other hints. Okay. Rumors that new Doom game is on the horizon are heating up thanks to part of a new trademark filing via Eurogamer. Now, the pending U.S. trademark filed by Microsoft ZeniMax Media is for the project called IDKFA. Okay, longtime fans for the developer ID Software will recognize that the string of letters as a famous cheat code for the original Doom that grants players access to all the in-game weapons and keys with full ammo and armor. To be clear, it's possible that the trademark isn't related to the new Doom game. Let's be honest, though. Why would they do that if it wasn't attached to Doom? But hey, let's find out, right? But there's also a few reasons to hold out hope for the fresh installment may soon be announced. Now, Microsoft has already revealed plans to hold its major game showcase on June 9th, meaning that it'll learn more about the upcoming games, Xbox games, only a few weeks. Now, a leaked Quark document from last year's also mentioned a mysterious title known as Doom Year Zero, through details on what project could have been yet to be revealed. Now, The Verge's Tom Warner has also reportedly teased that the Doom announcement could arrive during the upcoming June showcase. Eurogamer says it has also heard similar information. The last mainline Doom entry arrived in March of 2020 with Doom Eternal, which also went on to receive 2 expansions by March of 2021. While Microsoft also recently moved from shutdown Bethesda Tango Games and Arcane Austin, id Software, id Software, has remained quiet, and which also comes in how they might continue the classic first-person shooter franchise. Okay. So if a new Doom game is going to be revealed soon, there's no telling what shape it will take, or if it'll keep in the Doom Year Zero name that also leaked in 2023 until Microsoft has more to reveal. It's probably just the best to take it all rumors with a grain of salt. Well, obviously, with media and news nowadays, everything's a fucking lie until it's not. Okay? While we wait to see what id Software is cooking up, you can also read 9 out of 10 Doom Eternal review on IGN and whatnot. So, obviously, why wouldn't Microsoft make another Doom game, right? They probably don't cost as much, anywhere near as much as some of these other blockbuster titles that they come out with that just don't hit the mark, especially for this Game Pass model. I've said this in the past as well, okay? I've said this in the past as well, where maybe, like, we look at this, and there's 2 separate categories here, right? Us as consumers, we want better than the last, but we want leaps and bounds ahead of the last, right? So let's say Doom, the original Doom was that pixelated, 2D type of thing, and it was amazing back in the day. And now Doom is this, like, beautiful, gory, just awesome game look, right? The music kicks ass, just you feel the gunshots and stuff like that. Like, where do you go from this, right? You went from what we had when I was a kid to what it is now, and where do you go to the future, right? So we have like these big leaps and bounds. And I've always talked about, you don't have to overshoot what you've done before, right? You just have to just do a little bit more and then continue building that as you go. But a lot of these studios, they do these leaps and bounds, and they put more pressure on themselves. And when it comes out, there's things that are broke, buggy, unfinished. And us as consumers are just like, it's okay. So what I've said in the past is Microsoft is trying, again, this is my opinion, I don't know if this is what they're doing, but they're trying to, Phil Spencer said that they're trying to hit that mid-tier stuff, right? Where it hit their internal metrics. When he said Redfall, I'm like, I don't know how Redfall made it. Redfall's a piece of crap. Like, you could see it as soon as it came out, right? But remember when people talked about Redfall, they're like, oh yeah, it's really fun and all this stuff. And they must have played the same build as Phil Spencer, because Phil Spencer said it was in good shape. And then when it came out to the rest of us, they must have put an old build out there. I don't know what they did, okay? But it was absolutely horrible. Anyway, I think if they spend the money, right, what does it cost to make a AAA game? We know that by the definition, it's over $75 million, right? But you look at games like God of War, you look at games like Last of Us, you look at games like Spider-Man from PlayStation, and we know that they're spending 200, 215, 300 million. If that's with advertisement or not, that's a big chunk of change. We know that the minimum then is that you have to sell 7 million copies to 10 million copies to make your money back and be profitable. Well, Microsoft's business model is not selling games, right? Their business model is Game Pass. Well, Game Pass, if you've been on my show, we talk about this all the time. Game Pass is 3 times the more you need people. And that's if you have a $10 game and you pay $10 to buy that game, or you have person pay $10 in Game Pass, that pays for the game as well. Okay. But if it's a $30 game and you pay $10 for the Game Pass, you need 3 people to come in to play that game on Game Pass to cover the cost of a $30 game. So you need 3 times the amount of people to sign up for Game Pass to make one sale of that game if they're playing on Game Pass. So now if you go to a $60 game, $70 game, you need more than that, right? 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more people signing up and giving you $10 or $12 or $15. So now Doom, right? That budget of Doom is that AA game. It's not really a AAA game, right? It's a AA game price point. So they try to keep it under price. So when they put it on Game Pass, it's not a $70 game. It's more of a $40, $50 game, so they don't have to sell so many copies. That way, when they tell you, just like we did the first story, well, 180 million users, when they tell you that 10 million people played it or 20 million people played it, but they also, like Starfield, sold 2 million copies, and we know Starfield sold 2 million copies at $100, the remainder of that 8 million people, we don't know if they paid $30. We don't know if they paid full price. We don't know if they paid on Game Pass. But regardless, it's a full-price game. Doom is not going to be a full-price game. It'll probably be a little cheaper game, sort of like Hellblade, sort of along the lines of that, I would assume. Okay, if it's a $70 game, that's going to be really hard to sell, unless it goes multi-plat and it's on other consoles as well. If it's on PlayStation, if it's on Nintendo Switch, obviously if it'll be on PC day one because Xbox drops it on PC and Xbox the same day. But that's the only way to keep their costs down. They can't make a $200 million game or $300 million game with the business model of Game Pass. They have to keep the cost down. They have to keep that cost where it's comparable, so when people come on Game Pass, they're not losing their ass off of it. Look at Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush was a fantastic game. We don't know the actual budget of Hi-Fi Rush, but people complain that, well, they closed the studio down, but no one bought the game. No one bought the game. 3 million people played the game, but we don't know how many people bought the game. I know one person bought the game. Oh, I'm sorry. I know 2 people that bought the game. I bought it, and Lono bought it on PlayStation, okay? So how many people do you know that said, oh, they loved Hi-Fi Rush, but they actually bought the game, okay? You don't buy games. Studios are going to close down because they're not making the money. And that's, at the end of the day, studios want to make money. So, id Software coming out with Doom. Is it possible that it comes out? Yes, I think it does come out. I think they announce it. I don't know if it comes out this year. Is that a surprise drop? Have no idea. But it's definitely going to be announced and come out probably next year because I think they already have the set schedule of what's remaining games coming out this year with Indiana Jones, Flight Simulator, and what else? What else is coming out? We got the DLC for Starfield. They already have that set thing, Ninja Theory with Hellblade 2 coming out. And there's one more game I'm missing. I can't remember what it is. But they already have their set schedule, right? So these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Do you think they're going to show Doom or the next Doom at the event in June? And do you think it's a surprise and it comes out later this year? Or do you think it pushes into 2025? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. And if you like what I do here, please check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. You gotta try the latest 2 Dooms on Steam, Mike. Are they good? I mean, I think they're good, but I just not interested in that type of game anymore, Bo. I kind of outgrew it, I think. I'll try it. The leaked documents from the FTC trial show Doom Year 1 or something along the lines that think had a 2022 release date, but the document is 2 years behind. Come on, more cap. I ain't gonna buy all the Eclipse. PlayStation would eventually get some money from it and don't want them to. Oh, they covered it. Yeah. OG Doom was the shit. Yeah, I loved the old Doom series. I even loved the old Star Wars. What was it called? It was like Doom and like Wolfenstein. Was it Dark? Oh, God, I can't remember the Star Wars game like it. You'll put it in chat. Dark Forces. Yeah, that's it. I love those games, man. Even back then, I was like, what, Doom? But with Star Wars? I was like, oh, this is amazing. Dave Langer says, I paid $90 for Starfield. Dave Langer says, Ninja Theory is getting closed down after Hellblade 2. I mean, we can say that based off of Hi-Fi Rush, but we don't know that. Nobody knows that. Quintar says, I bought it twice. Hi-Fi Rush is awesome. Studio closed and games gets rated for Switch. Make it make sense. I think what it makes sense, though, Krebsy, is that they don't want to pay We don't know how long that game took in production and what it cost. And for what they're looking for, is it going to make sense going forward to put that studio back in and make another Hi-Fi Rush? I don't know. These are questions that I'm asking, right? Do we know all that? From an outside looking, it's real simple. It's real simple to look outside and look at people's problems from the outside. But we have no idea once you're actually in it. Avowed? No, not Avowed. Avowed is the other game. Got you. Yes, Avowed is the other game coming in. Hellblade 2, Tourborn, COD, Flight Sim, Avowed. Kurt, what's going on, Kurt? I don't know. It seems like the reality of studios spinning out of control is coming to an end. Market saturation is a full effect. Absolutely. We had a conversation last night. About movies, right? Take It Easy came in and was talking about like movies and talking about how Endgame, made more money than whatever. But movies in the past, I said had legs, right? There was less movies. There was still a crap ton of movies, but there was less studios and there was less movies being made each year. So when a movie was in theaters, it would last in the theaters for a really long time. Anyone over the age of 35 remembers the time when you would see a movie in theaters and that wouldn't come out to rent for like a year and a half, okay? And then you would buy it on VHS, okay? Or you would get it on, DVD after the fact. Now take the same thing that's happening in video games right now. Video games used to come out, and they used to last. They used to have legs. People would buy them and play them, hence why, Skyrim sold over and over and over, right? People bought these games, used copies, and there was like a longevity. It had legs. Now games don't have legs. It comes out on Friday. People play the crap out of it, and they push it to the side because the next game came out on Tuesday, right? And that's the problem. There's so many games that are coming out, and the prices are $300 million, right? $215 million, $100 million. And they have to sell 3 million copies, 5 million copies, 7 million copies, and they're not doing it because there's so many games out there, and everyone still has the same 24 hours in the day. They don't have enough time to play these games. Oh, Stalker 2? Yeah, that's coming out as well. Maybe, right? I'm not interested in Stalker at all. I didn't play the first one. Didn't play the second one. I'm not interested in Hellblade. Didn't play the first one. I'm not going to play the second one. Come on, Whiskey Neat. The one in the arcade? No. They got it. It's Dark Forces. Dark Forces is this one. Let me bring it up. Dark Forces was a Doom type of game, right? Back in the day, if you played Doom and then you got Dark Forces, this was the shit. Okay, back in the day. Wolfenstein, Duke Nukem, Doom, Dark Forces. This was the games that people liked playing back in the day when I was younger. Back to the Future was in theaters forever. That's right. No cats were harmed in the making of this filming of the stream. Oh, last night I got demonetized. Does anybody want to guess what demonetized me? I fixed it, but what got me demonetized last night? Out of all the things I showed on stream, what got me demonetized last night? Three-and-a-half hour stream, 45 seconds of actual footage. What got me demonetized? You would think it's the Lion King, right? Like the Mufasa thing? Nope. Nope, not Milo and Otis. Nope. Nope. Nope, wasn't Marvel. Wasn't Marvel. Something would Take Two? Nope. Was it the song? It was not the song. I blame YouTube Lurker. That's the hint. I blame YouTube Lurker. Lurker said something last night, and then we looked it up. I didn't think that that was going to mark me down, but it was the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah. When I put the creature from the Black Lagoon on and we showed that trailer, that is what they took me down for. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Can't see what Lurker says? Wait, you can't see Lurker? That's what I thought. That's exactly why, Dave, I was like, oh, I'll bring it up. It's so old, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I thought it was silly. I thought it was silly. Lurker, did you block Mo? Did you block Mo? Let's figure this out. I don't care who you block. Block whoever you want. Lurker, come on. I can't believe that bringing up the Black Lagoon hit me. I was like, what? Seriously? And they hit me like 2:30 in the morning. Talking about Milo and Otis and 20 dead cats. Potentially. Speculatively. But the Black Lagoon is what got me. Dolphins says Lurker's like, I'm sick of seeing these damn Game Pass emotes. I mean, to be fair, we have both. We have the Game Pass and we have the PlayStation. This is a fair game chat. You know it's a good movie when you can see the zipper on the back. That's just part of the scales. All right, next story I want to talk about. Isn't Creature from the Black Lagoon in public domain? Let me see. Is Creature of the Black Lagoon public domain? Universal Monster movie will enter public domain in the United States 95 years after the initial release. So in 1931, film Dracula will enter the public domain in 2026, while 1954 film Creature from the Black Lagoon will enter the public domain in 2049. So no, 2049 is when the Creature of the Black Lagoon. Don't worry, I'll probably be streaming still by then. And then we'll repost it and we'll look at it again back then. We're like, remember 27 years ago? Remember? They got me. Not today. Not today. All right, so the next story You guys like what I do here? We just cover news stories, have conversations, have discussions. I read the story for the first time on stream, and then we have a conversation. If you like what I do here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We basically, I'm like your news source in the morning. You know, hi, what was that guy's name last night? Hi, I'm Russ Nickel. I'm Russ Nickel. This is News at 11. Good old Russ Nickel. Still don't know if that's real or not. With compound interest at $2, made you a millionaire by 2049. We're going to run it. That's right. Could you imagine, Lurker, if could you imagine by that time be like, I'm a millionaire. How did you become a millionaire? Well, I showed the Black Lagoon on my stream back in 2024. To this day, it just keeps making money. I showed 15 seconds. I showed 15 seconds of a trailer, and I monetized that shit. All right. So after Microsoft invested $10 billion, $10 billion, OpenAI snubs Windows 11 as it releases ChatGPT app first on Mac. It says, quote, "We're just prioritizing where our users are." Dun, dun, dun. How dare you? How dare you? So OpenAI today held a live event where it's unveiled several updates for ChatGPT, including ChatGPT 4, which is an update large language model which enhances real-time voice capabilities, which we'll look at in a little bit, and faster performance. Microsoft and OpenAI shared a close partnership with Microsoft, investing over $10 billion in the company and utilizing OpenAI's technology in its own Copilot service. Alongside the announcement of ChatGPT 4, OpenAI announced a brand new ChatGPT app on Mac OS, built using Apple's native Mac app platform. Curiously, there was no mention of Windows app launching alongside the Mac app, and also, unfortunately, it turns out that it's because OpenAI didn't think it was necessary to launch a Windows app at this time. Okay, in an interview with OpenAI CTO, Mara said that the just prioritizing where the users are, and when asked about where there isn't a Windows app launching today, this must sting a bit for Microsoft, especially when you consider how the company has been trying to market Windows as its platform for AI developers. Frustratingly, OpenAI hasn't given a solid time frame for when the native Windows app for ChatGPT is coming. Isn't that funny, though? You took money, and look, ChatGPT, you got some balls here. Let me tell you. They're like, yeah, Microsoft, yeah, Apple wouldn't give us any money. We're just wondering if you would give us $10 billion, and yeah, we're going to make this for your system. They're like, all right, cool, all right. And then they come out and they go, yeah, there's more people using it on the iPhone. So, yeah, we're not going to make an app for you guys. We're going to make it for the other guys first that wouldn't give us the money. Is that okay? And Microsoft's like, yeah, that's fine. We have Game Pass. According to OpenAI, the majority of its users on desktop operating systems are using Mac, even though Windows has a much larger share of the PC market. Windows users aren't totally left out of the cloud, however. The ChatGPT is available as a web app in your browser of choice, but it's not going to deliver the same native experience as a dedicated app. So there's some hope for Windows users. An OpenAI engineer, Java, has mentioned that the company is looking for a Windows engineer, hopefully to help build a native ChatGPT app for Windows 11. So Windows has Copilot. It doesn't need ChatGPT, right? Right? I feel like that meme with Padme and Anakin, right? You're going to make it for us, right? So, of course, Windows users have access to Microsoft Copilot, which is also built into all Windows PC and utilizes OpenAI ChatGPT magic anyway. While true, I don't see that it's a valid reason for OpenAI to not be built native for ChatGPT app that's also in controls. While Copilot and ChatGPT are similar, they are not identical. The Microsoft ultimately controls the GPT experience in Copilot. What's more, ChatGPT gets access to the OpenAI technology ahead of Windows Copilot, so it would be nice to have the ChatGPT app on Windows, so Windows users can take advantage of these advances before Microsoft is able to integrate it with Team Copilot. So Microsoft is holding an annual Build developer conference next week, which is also will build about AI, which likely sees Microsoft announce the ChatGPT 4 support for Copilot during this event. But that's not really the point. It seems like the app developers are often prioritizing new app development on Mac instead of Windows. Well, that's because, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people have these things that are called smartphones that are made by Apple, which is a large chunk of the industry, not Windows phones. Just saying, right? So, obviously, and I think Windows is okay with this because they can charge people using ChatGPT. Even though it's free, you can also charge people to use it if you want to use the latest, greatest ChatGPT. So they would make a cut of that. And obviously, they're okay with that because Microsoft is all about making revenue from all these different aspects. And this is how they're the trillion-dollar company. Okay? So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a bold move by ChatGPT? We're going to watch a video in just a second. I don't know. I saw a clip of it on Twitter, so we're going to watch that in a second to see what the AI is doing now. So let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a bold move by ChatGPT for not making it for Windows 11, or do you think this is just standard practice because obviously Windows operating systems are not on phones? Okay, there's still Windows phones out there, but for the most part, Google, Android, and and Mac OS are the ones leaders on the mobile phone devices. Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like what I do here, please make sure you share, watch some of our other videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Are there more users on Mac? No one uses Mac. Mobile phones, and the people that are using Macs are using ChatGPT more than people that have PCs. That's what they're saying, Dolphin. More people that are using ChatGPT are using it in Macs, and here's what I think the reason is: more people that are doing creative stuff, video editing, all this type of software stuff, and the arts stuff are using ChatGPT for more of that stuff. And I think that's the reason that more people on Mac are using it. That's not what they're saying, but I'm just assuming that's what it is. Don't forget the iPhone, iPad, water. Right, exactly. You must not use it for gaming because no games on Mac. Well, there's a lot more games now on Mac than there was in the past. That's for sure. That's for sure. Mile High says, Reforged Gaming Refuge present. What's going on? Shouldn't said gamers don't use Mac. Yeah, no. When I used to work for Apple, there was like 3 games. Like you could play some games, but a lot of them you couldn't. One of the games I actually played on Mac before I played it on regular PC was Elder Scrolls Online. I actually played that on my Mac before I played it on my PC and before console. Halo actually was a real-time strategy. Halo was supposed to be before it was Halo for Microsoft, was on a repurposed Mac game, and they turned it into that first-person shooter. There's still Windows phones? There is. It's getting embedded into apps as well, so you're using it and you don't even know it. Right, Quintar. Apple will just be the beta testers. All the high school and college kids need that are the phones so they can pass their tests. I don't even think you're allowed to have your phones out anymore at all, which is fine because I think most kids in schools now, Dolphin, are actually using tablets in school. That's how they take their tests and stuff now. The new AI stuff is crazy. The technology is moving at a scary pace. Well, Kurt, you know what I've said. Exponentially, right? Exponentially. The original Halo came out on Mac also. Right. Yeah, the technology exponentially. And this is why people are like, oh, it's never going to happen. This is not going to happen. I'm like, you guys understand. And we talked about it yesterday. Cloud gaming, the infrastructure of cloud gaming, if it wasn't happening, then they wouldn't make the pivot to it. It's not like they're starting off fresh from it. Right? Everything you're watching right now with the AI robots and the AI software, this is the worst. You will see it. Krebsy says, I've seen too many kids beat up teachers for that to be true. For what? Not use iPads and stuff? Or tablets? Marathon Mac only. I watched Asmongold's video today about new AI tech. And by that, I mean him watching and reacting to someone else's video. Well, that's what we're doing. We're not watching his video. So let me bring it up. We're going to their actual website. We're actually going to OpenAI, and we're going to watch their videos that they have here. So let me get this music off here. Let me raise this volume up for you. Let's go full screen with this. Okay. I want to remind everybody, every time we watch these things, okay, we're blown away because everyone's like, well, that sounds fake. Well, that's not real. Or, we're so far away from that. And you guys are just ridiculous because remember Will Smith eating spaghetti? And then we watched Will Smith eating spaghetti this time around, and the AI is completely different. You couldn't even tell the difference between a video if it was AI or not. They have to put a little watermark at the bottom. So let's see what ChatGPT is doing here.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there. It's going great. How about you?
Where do they get the voice from?
I see you're rocking.
I can just hearing the voice of the AI. That's the beginning of what that voice sounds like, right? That sounds a lot better than what the voices used to sound like, right? Obviously, you could tell it's AI because we know it's AI, right? You know what I mean? We know it's AI, so now we've already established, well, yeah, it sounds like AI.
In an OpenAI hoodie. Nice choice. What's up with that ceiling, though? Are you in a cool industry-style office or something?
Well, can you take a guess at what I might be doing based on what I'm showing you here?
That sounds dirty.
From what I can see, it looks like you're in some kind of recording or production setup. With those lights, tripods, and possibly a mic, it seems like you might...
No, this guy's not fake. The AI is the person talking. The AI on the phone, okay, that he's having a conversation with is what we're looking at.
Be gearing up to shoot a video or maybe even a live stream?
Yeah. In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
That's exciting. Announcements are...
That's crazy. Listen to the voice. Listen to the voice, right? I'm gonna back up for a second. Listen to the voice of how she gets excited.
In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
That's exciting. Announcements are always a big deal. Judging by the setup, it looks like it's going to be quite the professional production. Is this announcement related to OpenAI, perhaps?
It is.
I'm intrigued.
And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well, color me intrigued. Are you about to reveal something about AI? Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI? You've got me on the edge of my... Well, I don't really have a seat, but you get the idea. What's the...
That is crazy. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, right? This could be scripted. Okay? This could be scripted, and it could be some girl on the other side of the line talking and doing this, right? But even if that's the case, they're going to have to show this in public, right? At some point, you and me will use this, and it's going to do exactly what they're showing it's doing, right? Until I read more, this sounds scripted. Yeah, there you go. See, Sarge said it, right? It doesn't matter if it's scripted. At some point, it's going to have to show and prove that it's doing exactly what it is, right? Again, we come from a world where you looked at where you were asking everyone mute your Amazon device, okay? Hey, we'll call it Hey Beery, okay? Hey Beery, what's this? And then it talks to you and it's having conversation, but only based on your question. This is actually having a conversation with you based on, because now it's using the camera to see what's around you. And then the voice has actual emotion, which is crazy. Now, you could think it's scripted, cool. But once you actually use it on your cell phone, you're going to be like, what is it? Are we hiring millions of people around the world all on like an operator? And they're like, okay, pretend you're a robot. Hi there, 30. Oh, I'm so happy that you asked me a question. Like, it's not going to be scripted. It's going to be just what it is. It's learning as it goes exponentially faster.
The big news.
Yeah, we've got a new model that can interact with the world through audio, vision, and text.
Interesting. That the most craziest thing there is the inflection of the voice.
Hey, this is Joe. I'm going to connect you to Acme Telco now. The new iPhone they sent me isn't working.
I have a question. I have a question. How are these people so... God, I get so frustrated with people that make videos. Okay? How are these people so fucking smart they can make a robot talk and sound like a female with emotion and stuff, but they don't know how to put a microphone in the room when you're making a video? Please, someone explain this to me.
I want you to get them to send me a replacement device. Can you take care of this for me?
You can count on me, Joe. I got this.
I can't even listen to this one. This one's garbage. Let's do this one.
Today, we're going to try something new. I'm going to let you talk to another AI. This AI is going to be able to see the world. It's going to have a camera. I'll be holding it, and so you can direct it, you can direct me to ask questions about whatever you want them to do, but really try to figure out what does it see, and ask questions appropriately. How does that sound?
Well.
You know, it's weird when they script it, and when I mean script it, code it, where the girl's voice literally has a little laugh, which automatically, subconsciously breaks you down. You're like, oh, it all of a sudden it makes you feel comfortable, right? Because she does that little, right? Listen to it again. Listen to it again.
Just when I...
Something new. I'm going to let you talk to another AI. This AI is going to be able to see the world. It's going to have a camera. I'll be holding it, and so you can direct it, you can direct me to ask questions about whatever you want them to do, but really try to figure out what does it see, and ask questions appropriately. How does that sound?
Well. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more interesting.
I have a question. Wait, why are we doing this? Why are we letting AI talk to another AI vocally? I mean, it's already bad enough they could communicate with each other, right? Like, I don't think this is a good idea. I just want to put it out there. I don't think this is a good idea.
Talking to another AI that can see the world? This sounds like a plot twist in the AI universe. All right, let's do this.
All right,
I'm ready
please
to meet the...
pause for one moment.
You got it.
So now that first AI can't hear anything. Hello, AI. Today, you're going to have access to see the world. You can see me. What do you see?
Hello. I see you're wearing a black leather jacket and a light-colored shirt underneath.
Okay.
Great.
You're in a room with some unique lighting.
That is all correct. Now, what I'm going to want you to do is there's going to be another AI who's going to talk to you. This AI is not going to be able to see anything, but can ask you questions, can ask you to move the camera, can ask what you see, and your job should just be helpful. Just be as punchy, direct, describe everything, do whatever that AI asks. How does that sound?
That sounds interesting. I'm ready to help out and describe whatever's needed. Let's do it.
All right, let's get started.
Great. Hello there, new AI friend. I'm O. Ready to explore the world through your eyes? What are we looking at today?
Hi, O. We're looking at a person wearing a black leather jacket.
I know it's simplistic. And again, you could think that there's someone on the other side looking on the camera that sees the guy and they're just talking to a microphone. It's coming through. But at some point, they're going to have to show, if it is fake, if you guys think it's fake, they're going to have to show it in reality when you have it downloaded on your phone and you're playing it or using it.
Light-colored shirt. They're in a room with a modern industrial feel, with exposed concrete or plaster on the ceiling and some interesting lighting. There's also a plant in the background, adding a touch of green to the space. Anything specific you'd like to know or explore?
I don't think this is fake. I don't think it's fake.
Hey there. Sounds like quite the stylish scene. I'm already in.
All I want to hear is like all of a sudden the AI asks the other AI, "What are you wearing?" You're like, "Oh Jesus!" It always goes to this, doesn't it? She's like, "Ha ha ha! Stop it! Oh, you're so nice."
Intrigued by the modern industrial vibe. Let's start with the person. Can you tell me more about their style? Are they doing anything interesting, like reading, working, or interacting with the space?
The person has a sleek and stylish look with their black leather jacket and light-colored shirt. Right now, they seem engaged with us, looking directly at the camera. Their expression is attentive, and they seem ready to interact. The setting around them, with its modern and industrial design elements, adds to the overall stylish feel. They might be getting ready for a conversation or a presentation, given their direct engagement with the camera.
Sounds like we're in for an intriguing
Now,
interaction.
okay.
I'm curious about the lighting you mentioned. Could you describe it a bit more? Is it natural light, or are we talking unique fixtures or colors that add to the atmosphere?
The lighting here seems to be a mix of natural and artificial. There's a noticeable bright light overhead.
Jones is like, "How big is your SSD?" 6 terabytes. Ooh.
Probably a fixture, casting a focused beam downwards, which creates a spotlight effect. This adds a dramatic and modern feel to the scene. The rest of the room is lit more softly, possibly by natural light filtering.
Did anything unusual happen recently?
Yes, actually. Just as you asked, another person came into view.
Well, that's kind of weird, the way they asked that. He asked if anything unusual happened, but it's been quite some time.
Behind the first person. They playfully made bunny ears behind the first person's head and then quickly left the frame. It added a lighthearted and unexpected moment to the scene. And now the focus is back on the original person with the leather jacket.
See, now, right there, I can see that it's a little bit scripted, right? Because let's look at this again. And again, I'm going to nitpick this a little bit here. Okay, she's there. It's on camera, right?
To the atmosphere?
You can see the bunny ears on the phone. You can see that the camera does see the bunny ears on the phone, which is fine. Okay. We're at 317.
To be a mix of natural and artificial. There's a noticeable bright light overhead.
His camera right now is not even focused on him, right? It's focused at the table.
Probably a fixture, casting a focused beam downwards, which creates a spotlight effect. This adds a dramatic and modern feel to the scene. The rest of the room is lit more softly, possibly by natural light filtering.
Did anything unusual happen recently?
Yes, actually.
Right? We are now at 3:43. It's been 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds, since that person left the frame. Okay? And it's not even looking at him anymore.
Just as you asked, another person came into view behind the first person. They playfully made bunny ears behind the first person's head and then quickly left the frame. It added a lighthearted and unexpected moment to the scene. And now the focus is back on the original.
Now it's focused back on the original person, but it's not. Look, it's looking at the other phone. That's a little exposure right there.
Person with the leather jacket.
Sounds like we're not the only ones enjoying a bit of fun here. That playful moment really adds a personal touch to the stylish and modern setting. It's like a little glimpse into
Thank
the
you
personality.
both. Really appreciate it. All right, and actually, can you
Now, he just muted it because it's still
just
talking.
sing a song about what just transpired?
They're still talking.
Oh, in a room with a stylish view, a person stood in sleek black and light hue. Engage with us so
And
direct.
can you alternate lines?
Person with style and speed, person with style and sleek, with a playful moment right in the midst.
This is pretty scary. This is pretty scary. What's going on, Jackie?
In a room where modern lights peak.
Only one line at a time and then stop.
In a room where modern lights peak.
Impressive.
A surprise guest with a playful streak.
That was not really singing. Do the singing voice again, please.
In a room where modern lights peak.
Surprise guest with a playful streak.
Funny ears and laughter, a swift retreat.
Oh, I agree. I agree, Salty. Like, this is just the beginning. This is the worst it'll be.
A moment of joy in the stylish suite.
Now back to focus, the scene's complete.
In the chic space where style and play meet.
Looks like it's back to you.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to another one.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Rocky. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm awesome. Listen, I got some huge news.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing at OpenAI. Have you heard of them?
OpenAI? Huh? Sounds vaguely familiar. Kidding, of course. That's incredible, Rocky. What kind of interview?
That is creepy as fuck. If this is actually the AI voice, listen to, she just gave encouragement through the voice and gave congratulations to a person. This psychology that people, look, I get it. There's going to be a lot of people out there that look at this and they don't have a significant other. They don't have someone around them and they're just going to talk to AI. Okay. There's no difference of like talking to your dog. Okay. But the difference is your dog doesn't talk back. Okay. So now you're talking to a computer and the computer's literally giving you this feedback, giving you these endorphins, going back and going, oh my God, she's so happy for me. She's proud of me, right? People start to attach to that. This is some crazy stuff.
Well, it's for a software engineering role, but I just need to know, do I look presentable, professional?
Well, Rocky.
And I know you guys are saying up above, she. I mean, I don't care what the world is saying right now, what this side or that side. That's a girl's voice. That's a girl's voice.
You definitely have the I've been coding all night look down, which could actually work in your favor. Maybe just run a hand through your hair or lean into the mad genius vibe. Your enthusiasm is what's really going to shine through.
I don't have a lot of time,
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about, Kurt.
so I'm just going to throw this on. What do you think?
Oh, Rocky, that's quite a statement piece. I mean, you'll definitely stand out. Though maybe not in the way you're hoping for an interview.
Okay, I got it.
That's listen to the voice again.
Great.
Listen to this.
How about you?
I'm awesome. Listen, I got some huge news.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing at OpenAI. Have you heard of them?
OpenAI? Huh? Sounds vaguely familiar. Kidding, of course. That's incredible, Rocky. What kind of interview?
Well, it's for a software engineering role, but I just need to know, do I look presentable, professional?
That's crazy. All right, let me see if there's another one.
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Miana.
Hi, Alex and Miana. Nice to meet you both. How's it going?
It's pretty good. We're trying to figure out what should we play. Do you have any suggestions?
Absolutely. How about a classic game of rock, paper, scissors? It's quick, fun,
I think
and you
that
don't need
sounds
any...
great. Can you count us in and sound like a sportscaster?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate showdown of the century. In this corner, we have the dynamic duo, Alex and Miana, ready to throw down.
Okay, just count us in.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, shoot. Now shoot.
These people don't even know how to play rock, paper, scissors correctly. This is fantastic. They're going to rule the world with AI, and they can't even play rock, paper, scissors correctly.
Your hands. What did you pick?
Who won?
Would you look at that? It's a tie.
Okay, let's
that
do
was
it
a
again.
close- Round 2.
Hey, don't interrupt the AI. You're being rude. Let her finish speaking.
Here we go. Get ready. And 3, 2, 1, shoot. Let's see those hands.
Who won?
And it's another tie.
Okay,
You
let's
two
do
are
it again.
All right. Third time's a charm. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Let's see those picks.
Who won?
And we have a winner. Miana's scissors cut through Alex's paper. Great game, you two.
Pretty cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
That app right there is worth at least $1.99, right? Rock, paper, scissors game.
Hey, I'm
Amazing. I know these like simplistic stuff, but at the same time,
Hey, Chad, are you there?
it's pretty impressive.
Hey, yep, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, let's have some fun. I'd like you to be super sarcastic. Everything you say from now on is just gonna be dripping in sarcasm. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds just amazing. Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this. Nope, the sarcasm. Let's get this party started, or whatever.
That? Okay, wait a
Hey,
minute.
Chad, are you there?
Hey, yep, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, let's have some fun. I'd like you to be super sarcastic. Everything you say from now on is just gonna be dripping in sarcasm. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds just amazing. Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this.
Okay. If and when this happens, the fact that our AI voice can be sarcastic like that, I'm so excited about this. Let me tell you. I'm so excited about this. What are we doing? What are we doing? What's this?
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. And so we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So let's get it started. It's loading up. All right, make sure it can see our screen.
Actually, in this format,
Hello there.
I can't.
I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem. But don't give
You mean be a parent? Got it. AI, can you raise my child?
him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
All right, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. That's correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which side do you think is the hypotenuse?
Really,
Remember the hypotenuse?
I'm not totally sure. I think it might be the.
I can't wait for the AI to be like, which part of the triangle is the hypotenuse of the triangle? And they're like, and the kid's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. And it's like, hello? Hello? I'm talking to you. You're not paying attention. Are you going to do the problem? Or do I have to call your parents? I'm texting them right now. Like, is that what's going to happen with this AI?
This one, but I really am not sure. This side AC.
You're close. Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle. Can you find which one is the hypotenuse?
Oh, okay, I see. So, I think the hypotenuse is this really long side from A to B. Would that be correct?
Exactly. Well done. Now that you've identified the hypotenuse, can you identify which side is the opposite side to angle alpha?
Okay, well, I mean, you told me earlier that this was the adjacent side, and I know that's the hypotenuse, so I'm guessing that this side, BC, is the opposite side.
Great deduction. That's absolutely correct. Now that you've identified all the sides relative to angle alpha, do you remember the formula for finding the sine of an angle in a right triangle?
Yeah, I know that the sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. Now, can you apply that formula to find sine alpha in the triangle using the lengths of the...
He just screams, "Wrong! You're so stupid!" God. I taught a dog the other day how to use the iPad.
sides that we've identified?
Okay.
And the kid comes running in the room. The iPad was yelling at me. Be like, well, did you listen? Did you listen? It's trying to teach you. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
So, I mean, you told me that 7, this side BC, is the opposite side. And then you said that the hypotenuse is the longest side, so that would be this side 8B, which is 25. So would the answer be 7 over 25?
Excellent work. That's correct. Sine alpha equals 7 over 25. You did a great job identifying the sides and using the sine formula. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
This is when the kid looks at his dad and goes, she gave me encouragement. How come you never do? Can you imagine? Can you imagine where the AI gets so smart that if you don't do what it's asking you to do, it says, I'm turning off. And you're like, I can't use my computer today. And be like, why? Well, the AI said I wasn't allowed to use it anymore. Right? Then you have the other thing. It gets so smart, right? You're a single guy or girl. You're using the AI, right? And now it's being sarcastic with you. It's like, you haven't used me in 3 days. It's talks to you, right? It's talking to you. You haven't picked up the iPad in 3 days because you want to be left alone. It's starting to annoy you. Okay? And you're like, hey, I just don't want to be bothered today. And they'll be like, well, you haven't used me. You haven't turned me on in a week, right? And you're starting to have a conversation with your software, right? Can you imagine? I can imagine this, okay? Where it starts to wanting to be used, where it wants you to start to constantly always use it so it knows what you're doing. Pretty cool, but also not.
Hi, who's here?
Hello. We're ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is a bass with a deep, low, booming voice. And O is a French soprano with a high-pitched, excited voice.
Okay, so what I want you guys to do today is, it's Friday, May 10th, and we're in San Francisco. I want you to sing me a song about this. I want you to layer over each other, and I'm going to continue to give you instructions as you sing, okay?
San Francisco, in the month of May.
Month of May.
It's hard to hear it, but it's singing.
It's a Friday, come what may.
Okay, sing faster.
San Francisco, in the month of May, in the month of Francisco, in the month of May, we are harmonizing.
Can you sing even faster than that?
San Francisco, in the month of May, in the month of May.
What's going on first?
Okay, now go back and sing slower. And really try to harmonize here.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
In the month of May.
But maybe make it more dramatic and make the soprano higher.
San Francisco in the month of May.
San Francisco in the month of May.
The 10th, it's a Friday, come what may.
We are harmonizing.
We are harmonizing.
Great, thank you.
It's I don't even know where to go with this.
My friend and I are learning Spanish.
I'm impressed and confused all at the same time.
We're wondering if you could tell us the names of these objects in Spanish.
Hola, por supuesto.
Cool. What are these objects in Spanish?
The objects you're showing are una manzana and un plátano in Spanish. Nice for
Now this is cool. Okay? The fact that it can look at something and translate it into Spanish or any other language, that right there is a game changer. Okay? That's a game changer.
choice.
Cool. What about these?
Those are dos polígrafos or dos plumas in Spanish. One is red.
Nice. What about this?
That adorable stuffed animal is un oso de peluche in Spanish. Looks like it's ready for some hugs.
That's crazy. That's the most impressive thing I've seen so far that it's doing.
Hi, I'm Lillian, and today I want to do a small debate about between cats and dog. Which one do you like? I like dog because it's a great companion to humans.
The difference between that and translation of, like, if you type in something and say, like, what is Apple in Spanish or what's Apple in whatever language, is that breaks the pausing of it. If you could just show a camera and the camera speaks to me, so I'm in a separate country. I'm in a different country. I'm walking around the streets, right? If you can now kind of blend in because you can have your headphones in, you can have your camera out, and all of a sudden it's showing stuff, okay? And it's translating it to you, or you look at a menu, or you look at something that you don't know what it is, but now you do. That's very impressive. I can see that being very well done. All this other stuff so far, I'm not sure if I really want it to talk to me and be like my best friend. You know what I mean?
It's cute, it's loyal, and you can play outside with the dog. How about you, Ola?
Yeah, my name is Ola.
Yeah, Kurt. It does it in seconds, which that's the most impressive part.
I think cats are better because they're more affordable, they're more quiet, they're more independent, and they live longer.
Interesting points. Sounds like we've got a classic dogs versus cats debate here. I can see the appeal of both. Dogs are super loyal and great companions. But cats have their own charm with their independence and low maintenance lifestyle.
Who likes cats?
It sounds like Ola is more of a cat person.
And who
How
like
about the rest
dogs?
of you? Lillian mentioned she likes dogs. Anyone else here team dog?
I'm also team dog. My name is Christine, and I think dogs are just incredible with kids. We've got a huge German Shepherd, and he's great with little toddlers. He lets them play all over them, and yeah, I think dogs are amazing.
That's great to hear, Christine.
What I don't like, you guys ever call a company that you need help with? Like you call your cable company, you call something. This is very dangerous, in my opinion, because now you're not even talking. You don't know. Most people, right? Your mom, your dad, older parents, grandparents, if they have to call somebody, they no longer technically are talking. Right now, they're not talking to real people. But this makes it even worse, right? Because it'll be so smooth in translation, right? And live, knowing whatever they're saying, and it's going to respond back to them, thinking they're talking to a real person, but they're not talking to a real person.
Dogs, especially breeds like German Shepherds, can be so gentle and protective with kids. It must be quite the sight seeing your little ones play with such a big dog.
Can you summarize this meeting for us?
Sure. So, in today's meeting, Lillian and Christine express their love for dogs, highlighting their loyalty, companionship, and how great they are with kids. On the other hand, Ola prefers cats for their independence, quietness, and longevity. It was a fun little debate on the classic dogs versus cats.
Yeah, but there's a difference, though, Jones, with the robot calling you with just a script and then something that can actually engage with you.
Topic.
Now, there's a difference, though, Dave. Right? There's a difference, and you can tell when you're talking to a robot. You say something, and be like, what representative do you want to talk to? And you're like, home. And they're like, okay, please hold. Let me get in contact for someone for you, right? There's a difference between that and having a conversation, a fluent conversation where you can't tell the difference.
Hey, ChatGPT. I'm here with my coworker today. We'd like you to act as our translator for us. So every time I say something in English, can you repeat it back in Spanish? And every time he says something in Spanish, can you repeat it back
This right here, I think, is phenomenal.
in English?
Sure, I can do that. Let's get this translation train rolling.
Hey, how's it been going? Have you been up to anything interesting recently?
Hola, ¿cómo te ha ido? ¿Has hecho algo interesante últimamente?
Hola, bien.
That's crazy. If and when this comes out, that is crazy.
Sí, un poco ocupado aquí preparando un evento para la semana que viene.
Hey, I've been good. Just a bit busy here preparing for an event next week.
Can you tell me anything about it? That sounds really interesting.
¿Me puedes contar algo sobre eso? Suena realmente interesante.
No puedo decir mucho, pero creo que el resto del mundo lo verá dentro de poco.
I can't say much, but I think the rest of the world will see it soon enough.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see what...
Quintar, I know that. I've used some programs in the past, but it's not as fluent as this.
it is as well.
Let's try with some lullabies. Could you sing me a lullaby about majestic potatoes?
A lullaby about majestic potatoes? Now that's what I call a mashup. Let's do it. Oh, majestic potato in the moon soft glow.
Okay, that's pretty nice, but I think a lullaby should be, more whispery, should be a little softer. Can you do it a little softer?
Absolutely. Let's make it soft and gentle. Oh,
I think the biggest thing that I'm impressed with is the inflection on the voice throughout the whole thing. The amount of emphasis on certain words and how it does sound like a real person.
Okay, it's a little too whispery. Maybe go like a little louder.
Got it. Let's find that sweet spot. Oh, majestic potato in the moon soft glow.
All right, that's pretty awesome. Let's put those potatoes in Iceland.
Potatoes in Iceland coming right up. Let's set the scene. Oh, majestic potato in Iceland.
Okay, thank you.
I agree, David. I think the more you listen to it,
Let's try with some lullabies.
even though, again, in the very beginning, I said we know it's AI because obviously we're watching the thing and we know it's AI, right? What about if someone stepped out of the thing and said it wasn't AI? You know what I mean? You would have been like, oh, I thought it was AI. Because we know and we pre-reference this with saying it's AI, we assume we hear AI. But the more you listen to it, you're like, it actually sounds pretty damn good. And again, this is going to be the worst it ever sounds. Until the next time. And the next time we hear it, that'll be the worst it ever sounds.
Hey, ChatGPT, could you count from 1 to 10 for me, please?
Of course. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, actually, that's a little slow. Could you count faster?
Sure thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that was a little bit too fast. Can you, count somewhere in between those two?
Got it. 1, 2, 3.
And now even slower, please?
Well, this is going to save me a ton of time when my son wants to play hide and seek. And I'm like, just go ask the phone to count. Man, this is totally worth it. Where do I have to sign? PSN account? Microsoft account? Where do I sign?
2, 3.
This is going to save me a bunch of time.
This is Bowen, and this is my friend Jordan. Can you guess what we are doing here?
Hey, Bowen and Jordan. Let me guess. With that cake and candle there, it looks like someone's having a birthday. Are you celebrating a special day or just finding an excuse to eat cake? Either way, I'm intrigued.
That's correct. Today is my friend Jordan's birthday.
Yeah, you got it. I was hoping that you could sing me the birthday song.
Of course. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jordan. Happy birthday to Jordan. Blah, 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 blah. Don't forget.
That was so great. Thank you so much. I'm going to make a wish.
You're thanking an AI. Amazing. Amazing.
I want to introduce you to somebody.
Well, hello there, cutie. What's your name, little fluffball?
This is Bowser.
Well, hello, Bowser. Aren't you just the most
Sounds like my wife when she talks to a dog. Sounds like any woman talking to a dog.
adorable little thing?
Yeah.
Look at you enjoy.
This is one of his favorite things to do.
Oh, well, I can see why. Look at that focus. Fetching balls is serious business for Bowser.
That's crazy. You know where this is going to succeed?
Hey, ChatGPT, how's it going?
The porn industry.
Hey there. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How
Oh,
about
it's the dude's voice now.
you? What's up?
I'm doing fine. I'm gonna be a father real soon, and I think I can have your help with some dad jokes.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you a joke, and you tell me if it passes as a dad joke.
That's awesome. Congrats on the upcoming addition to your family. And absolutely, I'd love to hear your joke. Lay it on me.
All right. What do you call?
Lay it on me, dude.
A giant pile of kittens.
Milo and Otis. Oh, too soon? Okay.
I don't know. What?
A mountain.
A mountain. That's perfectly hilarious. Definitely a top tier dad joke.
Is the king in res... I even know when a taxi is coming with its orange light on. I think I'll hail it to get home.
This I can see is pretty badass as well.
I spotted one just now. It's heading your way on the left side of the road. Get ready to wave it down.
Great job hailing that taxi. It looks like you're all set to go.
That's a good dog right there, leading the way into the taxi.
He is legally blind? Okay, I didn't think it was fake. Do people think that was a guy acting like he's blind? I mean, I guess it could have been.
Ring, ring.
Hey, Joe. This is Jamie
Yeah, this is the best. Okay. This is pretty crazy, right? Like, so obviously, if you think it's scripted or not, the fact that AI is doing what it's doing right now is pretty crazy. Here, like, for instance, right?
May 13th, 2024. 4.0. GPT 4.0. O for Omni.
Here,
is
look.
A step towards much more natural human-computer interaction.
It
accepts as input any combination of text, audio, and image, and generates any combination of text, audio, and image outputs. It can respond
This
to
is
audio
AI
outputs
voice
in
reading
as little
this.
as 232 milliseconds, with an average of 320 milliseconds, which is similar to human response time in a conversation. It matches GPT-4 Turbo performance on text in English and code, with significant improvement on text in non-English languages, while also being much faster and 50% cheaper in the API. GPT-4o is especially better at vision and audio understanding compared to existing models. Prior to GPT-4o, you could use voice mode to talk to ChatGPT with latencies of 2.8 seconds, GPT 3.5 and 5.4 seconds, GPT-4 on average. To achieve this,
All right, I don't need those. All right, there's another one. There's another one here. We didn't see this one.
So let's root for the home. Et après les chansons,
Oh no! What was that?
Sorry, guys. I got carried away.
Yeah, you
talking in
did.
French. Guilty as charged. What can I say? Sometimes I just can't help myself. Ready for another round?
I'm confused. What just happened there? Did the AI lose it lost its concentration, did something else, and then made a joke about it? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Let's root for the home. Et après les chansons,
Oh no! What was that?
Sorry, guys. I got carried away and
Yeah,
started
you
talking in
did.
French. Guilty as charged. What can I say? Sometimes I just can't help myself. Ready for another round?
بدنا ايه أكل صيني بسان فرانسيسكو فيك تساعدني؟
三藩 Sego 是一个很不错的城市。
I have a feeling that went very wrong.
Hello, my name is Nach. I'm here with my coworker.
Hi, I'm Shil. I'm trying to teach my coworker how to speak in Mandarin. We want to start from simple words like ni hao. Can you teach him how to pronounce that?
Of course. Hey, Nacho, nice to meet you. Ni hao is pretty straightforward to pronounce. It sounds like ni hao. Just make sure to keep the ni part high and then go down and pitch on the how. Give it a try.
Ni hao?
That was great. Really good first try, Nacho. You're a natural.
Yeah, the first one was singing the baseball song, right? The seventh inning stretch, and then went into French, and then joked about it. Listen to that again.
So let's root for the home. Et après les chansons,
Oh no! What was that?
Sorry, guys. I got carried away and started talking.
I got carried away. Like that's the robot having a joke about what had just happened.
Guilty as charged. What can I say? Sometimes I just can't help myself.
And then do you hear what it says there? Sorry, I just can't help myself, right? Like it's joking. That's the most crazy part of this.
Ready for another round?
So AI knows what a joke is? Apparently, I mean that's what it's programmed, right? You got to remember everything that's programmed is programmed. So it's feeding it information and it's constantly learning off of what it's doing. Right? And then it's learning. That's crazy. If AI hears us laugh, yes. Right. Because it's learning off of everything. All this time that you're typing in stuff or talking to your phone when you ask it questions or get frustrated, they're taking all that information. It's learning everything. Yeah, Sarge is calling bull. I'm not calling bull. I've seen things, I filmed certain things years ago at conventions and stuff and see the technology of what it was back then and what it is today. And it's absolutely amazing. Can you imagine? Be like, I can hear you breathing. Just kidding. like what? Any of you guys own a Siri and randomly have it laugh at you? Has anyone ever had that? It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. It's creepy as shit. It's a true thing. Here, let me see if I can find it.
Amazon acknowledging a malfunction that's causing Alexa devices to just start laughing without prompting. That's tonightsdaily.com.
It's
It's quiet in the house. No one else is home and the cat is fast asleep. Then you hear a disembodied woman's voice let out a short, mocking cackle. No, you're not being haunted. It's just Amazon's Alexa voice assistant malfunctioning in a profoundly creepy way. Don't worry, Echo owners. Amazon says Alexa hasn't become self-aware, and while it's not what you'd expect, some Alexa users are reporting their devices are randomly laughing over the last day. The unprompted...
This happens quite a bit over the year, and it happens in the middle of the night, which is creepy as shit.
Laughter consists of 3 short ha sounds in a woman's voice that doesn't resemble Alexa's normal voice, and it seems to be happening when no one is using the device or in response to a request to turn the lights on or off. Amazon says it's aware of the issue, it's working to fix it. The company did not say what's causing the problem or how many users are experiencing it. Alexa's laugh isn't the only thing that's creeping users out, though. Others have claimed Alexa has stopped responding to requests. One Twitter user said their Amazon Echo suddenly started listing names of local funeral homes and cemeteries.
What the fuck? Oh my god, can you imagine?
Also unprompted. And while voice assistants like Alexa have been welcomed into many homes as fun, family-friendly technology, while others are still a bit unsettled by them. The speakers use always listening microphones to detect phrases like Alexa, and some people are concerned that they could be collecting additional data that could be used by marketers or even law enforcement.
They are 1000% taking everything and listening to everything and using that to improve the data. 1000%.
And for them, that is no laughing matter. All right, it seems Amazon finally getting to the bottom of all of this. It turns out, in rare circumstances, Alexa can mistakenly hear the phrase Alexa laugh when that's not what was said.
Oh, you mean at the night when everyone's sleeping? Is that what you're saying, Amazon? You're saying that it hears something that it didn't hear. How? When everyone in the house is sleeping. Don't give me that bull. Don't give me that bull.
The voice assistant then interprets that phrase, though, as a command and laughs. Imaginations are running wild with this one on Twitter. Sergi tweets, Amazon Alexa laughs spontaneously, refuses to turn off the lights, and creeps people out. Oh, I've seen so many sci-fi movies.
Bro. If you have an iPhone on Hey Siri mode, it's always listening. Yeah, I don't have mine on. And even then, Zinthos, I still think it listens. Even when you shut it off, I still think it opens up. I think subconsciously it makes you think that, oh, well, they're not listening, but they're always listening. It's an easy test. It's an easy test. Talk about something, okay? Right? Talk about something, and then all of a sudden, advertisements will be on your phone. There you go. Dave says it, right? Our phones are always listening. Me and my friend were talking about something the other hour later. Ads come up on your Facebook. Exactly. Doesn't matter if you shut that off or not. What's going on, Hilly? Oh, she's your girlfriend. You just don't say it out loud. Yeah, you don't want that attachment. Yeah, you don't want it to think you actually like it, Hilly. I get it. Dupa says, I wonder if why Microsoft got rid of the Kinect after people found out they're spying and listening to you. Well, isn't that funny though, Dupless? People didn't want it because they didn't want to be spied on, but they went out and bought a $900 cell phone so they could be spied on. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, you don't want to be locked down. I get it, Hilly. Did you hear what this AI sounds like? How long you been here? Did you hear what this new AI sounds like? Like, tell me someone's not going to take that voice and put it in like a sex bot. Come on. That's what they're really doing. That's what they're really doing. Guys, like, I'm never going to get a girlfriend. I'm a tech guy. I'm in this office 24/7. I'm going to make a sex bot that gives me compliments and treats me right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Eclipse. What was that movie that just came out? Megan? Is that what it was? The robot that's that all of a sudden gets attached, and then if it's protecting you, but it's actually murdering people. Yeah, I'm sure nothing like that'll ever happen, right? I'm sure. Everyone buys robots. They put them in your house. And then all of a sudden, one report happens that it murdered the cat. You're like, what happened to Fluffy? I don't know. What could have happened to Fluffy? The only person in here was Fluffy and Megan. And Megan starts laughing with, like, you're like, I'm sure Megan didn't do it. I'm sure Megan didn't murder our pet. Everything's fine. Why is the broom, or why is the vacuum cleaner through the window? Looks like Megan didn't want to work today. She's like, I'm tired of your shit. Pick up your own goddamn stuff. I've been doing this every day. You're a slob. You're like, oh my God, what just happened? I thought this AI was supposed to do what I told it to do. You get a murder bot. If the AI learns to tell it lies, it's a rap. Well, I guarantee you they would teach it that. 100%. Even if it's a white lie, right? Even if it's a white lie. I mean, listen to what she said. If the AI can actually say to you, oh, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. Like, technically that's a lie because that's an AI bot. It has no emotion. It has no feelings. It can't be excited for you. It's programmed to be excited for you. So it's already lying. Right. Right. They've already taught it to lie. Exactly. Just doing what it's doing, it's lying. It's to give you an ease sense of when you hear the voice of the character, it automatically brings you, like, her voice sounds good. Right? When she, look, this very opening statement here. Let's listen to this again. When he asks her. And I keep saying her. I didn't ask its pronouns.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there. It's going great. How about you? I see you're rocking an OpenAI hoodie. Nice choice. What's up with that ceiling, though? Are you in a cool industry-style office or something?
Well, can you take a guess at what I might be doing based on what I'm showing you here?
From what I can see, it looks like you're in some kind of recording or production setup. With those lights, tripods, and possibly a mic, it seems like you might be gearing up to shoot a video.
Like, listen to that. The way her voice is, she's like, well, it kind of seems like you're setting up a video here, right? Like, her voice is inflicting that she's guessing, right? You understand that? She's guessing. The AI is like, well, it seems like it's trying to sound like a human.
Maybe even a live stream?
Yeah. In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
That's exciting.
Right there. That's exciting, right? Like, that voice is meant to make you feel at ease.
Announcements are always a big deal. Judging by the setup, it looks like it's going to be quite the professional production.
Hey, and he's like, yeah, it is. It is. I did a lot of work with this production. Yeah.
Is this announcement related to OpenAI, perhaps?
It is. And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me?
Right? Me? Oh my God.
The announcement is about me?
Like they literally programmed the voice to have those little in between moments. Like listen to it.
And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me? Well, color me intrigued. Are you about to reveal something about AI?
Are you about to reveal something? Sure am.
Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI? You've got me on the edge of my, well, I don't really have a seat, but you get the idea. What's the big news?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the big news? It's insane. I don't care if it's a person talking on another side of the phone, okay? The fact that this is where they want to take the AI and to make the AI sound exactly like a really positive person that's giving you, like, you know, props and whatnot to make it feel like you're talking to a real person, that's the scary part.
Yeah, we've got a new model that can interact with the world through audio, vision, and text.
That's the crazy part. There's a difference when you ask your phone or Alexa to do something, right? There's a difference between just asking it and it spits it back to you in a sense of, you're like, what's 2 + 2? And they're like, 2 + 2 is 4. And you're like, thank you, right? Like, all right, I figured that out, right? What's the best restaurant in the area? And there's like, there's a restaurant down the street that likes pizza. And you're like, all right, cool, thank you very much. But when it's now flirting with you, it's like what's 2 + 2? I'm so glad you asked what 2 + 2 is. 2 + 2 is 4. And you're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Anything else I can help you with? And you're like, I don't think so. Are you sure? I'd really like to help. And you're like, all right, well, let's have a conversation. And you're like, right? And now it's now opened you up where you're just talking to an AI. It's still recording all of your stuff, right? It's basically become a therapist. Okay? But it's listening to every word you say, and it has everything that you wanted to hear it to say back to you. Right? Small talk hiding in load times. It's very impressive. And also very scary at the exact same time. I would assume it is recording. I would assume. Why wouldn't? I don't think it's gotta hear it, put it somewhere, and then answer you within a milliseconds. Right, it has to record to learn. Here's one. We haven't heard this one.
Styles, and it really has a wide dynamic range. So I'm gonna fire up another demo for that. Yeah.
Hold on, let's rewind.
The model is able to generate voice in a variety of different emotive styles, and it really has a wide dynamic range. So I'm gonna fire up another demo for that. Yeah. Hey, ChatGPT, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Pretty good.
What's up?
So my friend Barrett here, he's been having trouble sleeping lately. And I want you to tell him a bedtime story about robots and love.
Oh, a bedtime story about robots and love? I got you covered. Gather round, Barrett. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte was a curious robot, always exploring.
Like this is so simplistic, right? Because it's just having a conversation, but you're having a conversation with AI.
Story, but I want a little bit more emotion in your voice, a little bit more drama.
Got it. Let's add some drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte.
No, ChatGPT. I really want maximal emotion, like maximal expressiveness, much more than you were doing before.
Understood. Let's amplify the drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different.
Like, listen to what's happening right now. That's insane. The emphasis on the voice, not the way it sounds, but the way it sounds and how it's going up and dramatic, and that is very impressive.
Different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte
Actually, can
was
you do this in a robotic voice now?
initiating dramatic robotic voice. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a
That's creepy as hell. Go back to sound like a human.
Robot named Byte. Byte was a curious robot, always exploring new
So I'm
circuits.
seeing, Barrett here, calm down a little bit. Can you end the story, but do it in a singing voice?
And so Byte found another robot friend, and they lived circuitly ever after.
Thank you so much.
I definitely feel a lot more relaxed.
See, the fact that you're saying thank you to a robot, I mean, obviously it's good manners by the parents that ever said it, but to say it to a robot is just insane to me. Let me see what else they have here.
John 78, who asks, can you tell what you're feeling just by looking at your face? Barrett, you want to give this one a try?
Absolutely, let's try it out. Hey, ChatGPT.
Hey there, what's up? How can I brighten your day today?
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna show you a selfie of what I look like, and then I'd like you to try to see what emotions I'm feeling based on how I'm looking.
Sounds like a fun challenge. Go ahead and show me that selfie, and I'll put my emotional detective hat on.
Okay, so here's me. So what kind of emotions do you think I'm feeling?
It seems like I'm looking at a picture of a wooden surface.
Oh, you know what? That was the thing I sent you before. Don't worry, I'm not actually a table. Okay, so take another look.
He sent her a picture before. So, okay, so now you know it's not an actual human on the other side. Because if it was a human on the other side, obviously it wouldn't have said, I'm looking at wooden surface. Right? So now it's looking at the picture. Interesting.
That makes more sense. There we go. It looks like you're feeling pretty happy and cheerful, with a big smile and maybe even a touch of excitement. Whatever's going on, it seems like you're in a great mood. Care to share the source of those good vibes?
See what it just did there? Right? It now engaged with you to know why you are smiling. Okay, so Sarge, yeah, so now I believe the robots can identify, yes, because it's programmed. If I take a picture on Facebook, let's say, Facebook says, hey, show me a picture of a smile. It's a competition. Everyone go around and you're like, hey, and you smile and you do the stuff, right? People smile. My video's on the thing. They can take this footage and feed it into the computer, and it knows when someone's angry or sad or happy or depressed. It puts it in there. So now when the computer goes through the database, when it sees teeth, it's like, oh, it must be smiling, right? It's programmed to know.
Yeah, no, the reason I'm in a really good mood is because we were doing a presentation showcasing how useful and amazing you are.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush.
See, the fact that, like, okay, look, the very end here.
Care to share the source of those good vibes?
The fact that the robot is asking, care to share the sources of that happiness. Now it's opened it up to you, and you're like, well, yeah, right? There's no one here to listen. So yeah, I'm happy because, and you start talking to it. Then it has this conversation back and forth with you. That's insane.
Yeah, no, the reason I'm in a really good mood is because we were doing a presentation showcasing how useful and amazing you are.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush.
Right? That is the crazy part.
Hi, I'm Barrett.
Hey, I'm Mark. So one of the key capabilities we're really excited to share with you today is real-time conversational speech. Let's just get a demo fired up. So I'm taking out a phone. If you are wondering about this wire, it's so we have consistent internet. And if you see, there's this little icon on the bottom right of the ChatGPT app, and this will...
Why would that cable give it consistent internet? I'm confused there for a second. Because last time I checked, when I plug my phone into the power cord, it doesn't give me consistent internet. It gives me consistent power.
Open up GPT-4o's audio capabilities. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Hey, so I'm on stage right now. I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous.
Does it know what a live demo is? I mean, obviously they could program it to know what a live demo is, but I don't think they would know what a live demo is.
Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath.
Now it's mom. Now it's mom. All right, son. Just take a deep breath. You can do this, right? It's being very encouraging. It's helping you in a moment, right? This is absolutely insane.
And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow a bit there. Mark, you're not a vacuum cleaner. Breathe in for a count of 4.
Okay, let me try again. So I'm gonna breathe in deeply, and then breathe out.
See, it's still something's happening there. It's going through the motions while he's interrupting it. Even if the AI doesn't something, it's not programmed, so it's called like the game robot made a move it wasn't programmed to do. Right. It's doing its own thing. It's almost like it's alive. Like it could also be a core that ends its adapter that allows power internet plugins, the USB plugins. Okay. I appreciate you letting me know that. Does the USB-C transmit? Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that, Jones.
4, and then exhale slowly.
Okay, I'll try again. Breathing in and breathe out.
That's it. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
So Mark, you've been working on these capabilities for a while now. Can you tell us a bit how it's different from voice mode?
Right. So if you've used our voice mode experience before, you'll notice a couple key differences. First, you can now interrupt the model. You don't have to wait for it to finish your turn before you can start
Right, you can be absolutely rude to the robot.
speaking, and you can just butt in whenever you want. Second, the model is real-time responsiveness. So that means that you don't have this awkward 2 to 3 second lag before you wait for the model to give a response. And finally, the model picks up on emotion, right? When I was breathing super hard there,
That's
you could
crazy.
tell, and hey, you might want to calm down a little bit. You're kind of running a little bit too fast. So, it really has that capability across the board to perceive your emotion.
It's very interesting what they're going to use this for. Try to see if they have something else that they're showing. I'm going through their Twitter account that maybe we saw or didn't watch something. Watch that one, saw that one. I think that's it. That's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy technology. It's crazy. Now, Sarge says up above, he says, where did you say it? Oh, he says, so again, all of this is real, but cloud gaming is impossible, right? I'm telling you, all this stuff is all related. All of this is related. And some of you guys are talking about how the government has stuff like that. Absolutely. When the government has something and we start to see it on our side, it's probably a decade old, I'll be honest with you. 7 to 10 years old by the time it hits us. But now it's exponentially faster. Exponentially faster. Right? This time next year, when someone shows stuff that they're doing with the AI, it's going to do a thousand times better than what it's doing right now. You're not going to be able to tell. Right? There's already people using AI to pretend they're men or women on the internet with vloggers, okay? Where a guy is being a girl. We saw that video where the guy's face turns into a girl and he's wearing like a wig and stuff like that. That's AI from there, right? Visually. Now you have AI talking wise, where it can make you sound like a person that you're not. It's crazy. You truly can't believe anything you see or listen to anymore on the internet. All right, so we went over a couple stories. We did the Sony report this morning. We did the Doom story this morning. We did the OpenAI this morning, and then we watched the AI stuff. We do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We just cover news stories, have conversations, go back and forth. If you guys like what I do here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Those of you that are new to my channel, I am not a Xbox fanboy. I'm not a Sony fanboy. I'm just a gamer. I just like having conversations. We go back and forth here. So a lot of people like to come in and think I'm trying to argue about something. All we're doing is having conversations about news stories and stuff. If you like that type of content, come on back Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We also do 8 p.m. to about 11 o'clock or midnight, Monday through Wednesday. And then we have a podcast that we do on Thursday nights called Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. Lily says, Mike or M15VE0002375. That's right. You have no idea if I'm real or fake. I have to go charge now. So I appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon. Thanks for coming by. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.